So today we're going to talk about cooling your RV, and it's not just about your battery, your solar, and those types of things. It's not just a generator, and we're talking about a boondocking situation. So there's something you also have to consider, and that is your devices you're running inside your RV. Let's say you're charging your tablet, that's 30 watts of draw. You got your LED lights, which are only 10 watts of draw, so that's low. But let's say you had the old-fashioned light bulbs in your RV. Those could be 90 watts of draw in your RV. And there's also, if you have a Keurig pot coffee maker, then that coffee maker is going to draw 1,500 to 1,800 watts of power. Now, that's not going to be continuous. It's going to cycle on and off, so it'll probably only be 500 watts of power per hour, because you think of the cycle. But still, that's 500 watts of draw for a coffee maker. And the old-fashioned coffee makers, the pot on the bottom is going to be 500 watts, so those things are going to be constant draws of 500 watts of power. So you need to think of this, because these devices are going to be eating at your battery. So, if you have the old coffee maker or a Keurig and your lights on, your tablet charging, you could be losing, 600-700 watts of power. And that means you're losing 41 amp hours of battery life on your battery. But it's not just that. You are creating a heater in your RV. So that's 600-700 watts of power draw. It's actually a heater in your RV of 600-700 watts of heater power. And 600 watts of heater power is 2,050 BTUs of heat that you're creating in your RV. So you're creating over 2,000 BTUs of heat that's coming up into your RV. That means your air conditioner is double dipping. You're sucking the battery dry by using these devices, and then you're creating the heat. Now your air conditioner has to work extra hard to cool it, which again draws the battery down. So this vicious cycle of using a device, heating your RV, cooling it with your air conditioner, it's just a vicious cycle of drawing that battery down. Now, if you get a device like one of those single cup Keurig coffee makers, those things are 800 watts of draw, but they only draw power for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and then the cup of coffee is done, it shuts itself off, there's no more heat draw on it. So it's only 800 watts for 30-40 seconds, which ends up being like 6-7 watts of power over an amp hour period. So it's very, very minimal of power draw. So I highly suggest, if you're doing any kind of boondocking with your RV, to get one of those single cup coffee makers. They make a Keurig one, and I show it on my website, because I try to show everybody all the efficient devices on my website that they can get. Because when you're boondocking, that's what it's about. It's not just about being efficient with water. It's not just about being efficient with your gray tank, your black tank, but electricity is premium out there too. And we don't want to spend, a fortune, on batteries. We don't want to spend a fortune on solar panels. We don't want to spend a fortune on gasoline, if we're running a generator, because, you're going to need a generator once in a while when it gets cloudy days. You're not getting good sun. So we don't want to spend a fortune on these types of things. And again, when you're boondocking for a long time, you don't want to have to go to gas runs to get more gasoline. So this method I'm talking about keeps everything low. My system that I built out, and I'll show you the description on my website. I'm not trying to lead you to the website. It's just I put a lot of time and effort into the system, and I want to show people how to do this without them having to go through the long headaches that I went through. So like I said, I'm using a 300 amp hour battery, and every device I run in here is a low wattage type device. Even my pot that I use to make hot water. So I got a little pot, it's this big, it's 400 watts, and my youngest child loves ramen soup, so gotta have a pot for that. But like I said, 300 amp hours of battery. I have a 6,000 BTU inverter window air conditioner that's installed. That air conditioner is what makes everything work. That air conditioner runs at 150, 200 watts of power. so it's a low draw. And like I said, everything wattage is low. I have a 300 amp hour battery. Because it's low, I only have to have 500 watts of solar on the roof. Again, it keeps everything low. And when you're in a mid-size to small RV, you don't have much solar space up there anyway, so this is a win-win. And to recharge the batteries, I don't have to have this massive recharging structure either. I bought it's called a Victron IP22 charger, and it puts out 30 amp hours per hour. So in 6 hours, I can recharge it to 180 amp hours. And again, because it's small, my system is small, I can do this type of thing. And to run that charger, I have a small, only like this big, it's a generator that puts out 1,000 watts. It's a gasoline inverter generator. Again, quiet, small, that's the key, is keep everything small. It sucks 1 gallon of gasoline for 6 hours of runtime. So I just put gas in it, turn it on, it runs and charges everything up for me. 6 hours, it runs out of gas, and it's all set. Now, like I said, this is only for cloudy days. So the solar panels on the roof will everything else. And the number one benefit of this is because it's a small air conditioner, it's an inverter window air conditioner, it's quiet. It is super quiet. I don't even hear the thing. And like those rooftop air conditioners that are screaming, noisy, and really annoying, you can work, you can do things in your RV and have everything cool. And this thing works, anywhere really. So that's my whole message on this, is to tell people that you can have, these types of features in your RV. You can have cooling in your RV. You can go boondocking with these types of features. You just have to know how to do it. And one of the big things is keep your wattage draw down. And when you do that, you're not creating heaters all over your RV, and the heaters double dip. So that's my main thing, is keep everything low, and you'll always be able to keep things running. And again, like I said, if I ran all these higher devices, I'm pulling 40, 50 amp hours every hour, and that's sucking my battery down. It would suck my air conditioning. My air conditioning would have to run harder, so I could be pulling, 70 amp hours of power out of that battery. My battery wouldn't last. So keeping everything low, I can make that air conditioner run the entire time. So that's it for this, and I really want people to enjoy boondocking life. I want them to enjoy regular RV life, and this is the information I'm trying to give you to make it enjoyable. And a neat thing about it is all this stuff, once you get it set up, you are done. It's a set it and forget it type thing. You set it up and you're done. I don't have to plug the RV up to my house anymore. When I'm coming back, there's no trying to set things up. The system automatically charges everything. The air conditioner runs off the batteries, so it's automatic. It's kind of like being at home, except for you don't pay an electric bill. I just love the system for you set it and you forget it, and unless you get a cloudy day, then you turn a generator on. But other than that, I don't worry about this system. That's the great thing. So we'll see you next time.